What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Tech Tony here, and I have a good friend of mine. This is Luca. Him and I we met through Facebook. We're in a program together, working with Google. Let's lay it that way. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, that's it. It's Google.
Yeah, it's Google. This is what it is. We're both digital marketers.
Yeah,
Luca is a little bit more on an international game than I am, but however, what we want to talk about is local marketing and still the importance of it. Now, I'm in America. He's in Italy, correct?
yeah,
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 he's in Italy. So right now, as of this recording, it's his dinner time and our afternoon
yeah.
here in America. But he's graciously taking his time out of his day, very busy schedule, to talk to us about this awesome topic about local marketing. Luke, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself and take it from here, buddy.
So essentially, I'm an account manager for marketing agency, the kind of guy that goes from technicians of pay-per-click marketing. So those that does uh, Google ads, Facebook ads, etc. And I translate their strategy, their technical terms to customer that could be B2B or B2C as local business are. That role implies the ability to explain clearly and in detail things, obviously, because the customer are those that are paying. So are the kind of people that want to really understand properly what's going on, what will happen for their marketing. And that makes me confident that I can say some things about marketing too, about digital marketing.
Yeah.
One question I would like to pose, because recently I know that Google My Business changed it, and that things affect a lot the SEO of website and things. And this is a thing that it's kind out of my area of expertise because I'm more focused on explaining PPC than Google My Business. But I know that you know how it's changed and what are the main changes that have happened there. So I would like to ask to Tony, um, if you have to really summarize how it's changed Google My Business right now for local business, how it's changed?
Well, more importantly than ever, um, local SEO on Google My Business is important. First of all, as of this morning, a fun little tidbit actually happened. Google is starting to release custom icons on the Google My Business app on the maps. So that'll be very interesting to see how businesses take that. Already on Google My Maps. You can make custom icons for your business, which is very strong. It makes you stick out on the map. And so the standard red dot that falls wherever we put it, Google would not allow businesses to do that, which is fun little thing to catch your eye, business and take management. But what's hard about it is you only get a 3 map pack on the Google My Business. That's it. There's 3 shots. If you're running ads, you could appear with your Google My Business ad in the map pack, but that's hit and miss. The primary ranking factor for Google My Business maps is distance. How far away are you from the person requesting the information? Closest pizza joint to me, closest ice cream, lawyers, what's going on entertainment-wise in my area. Distance plays a primary factor. After that, it's posting on Google My Business for businesses here. Just like Facebook, like a Facebook business page, you can post on Google My Business and make posts. Other civil categories, there's what's new, events, coupons, little, depending on your industry, depends on what type of posting you can make, but what's new is the most popular one. If you are consistently posting on that, honestly, it's like once a week is what you need to do. Google will start ranking you higher in the map pack, even if the distance is a little bit away from you. The reason I say that is because unlike Facebook descriptions where you just type in Facebook, whatever the hell you want to type, hashtag what you want to hashtag and set it off to the wild, Google, you have to be descriptive in it. So you can say local bakery in Italy. We bake the best breads. I don't know what Italy, I don't know what you guys are baking over there.
Pizza, for example.
There we go. Yeah, pizza, for example.
Yeah.
We are the best pizza in town and name of town type of deal. That will actually help you rank there because Google is recognizing the verbiage along with the post. And so if someone types in best pizza joints near me, you're gonna rank and most likely rank above those that are a little bit further away. After that is reviews. Reviews on Google are primary ranking factors, whether it's organic or paid. It doesn't matter. Reviews are very, very important. Of course, obviously having 5-star reviews, those are important to have as well. And reviews are so important, Google actually manually handles that type of extension. It's called a review extension. And after you get 100 reviews in 1 month, in a 12-month period, you get 100 reviews, you get an automated extension on your ads as well, called a review extension. So if you Google like the big stores in your area, more than likely like Nike or Adidas or something large, more a franchise, more than likely they'll have a review extension with them. But all that is in that little space of the map pack. There's a lot that goes in there businesses can take advantage of, and primarily is the consistency. It's saying your business on Google Maps isn't a set and forget feature. Just like Facebook and other social media platforms, you have to engage with it.
Yeah, but I think that there is also a key role in, because it's something most locals doesn't update it. They don't even think that, like, when I begin as a digital marketer, and I still have like 8 Google My Business accounts of businesses that are in place. They are active. They are making revenues, but they don't care about Google My Business. And don't doing that means leaving money on the table, because because obviously the first competitors that update that, they take all the competition. They are the first search. People don't realize that there are certain type of businesses that will always only be searched. Like, you cannot, it's really hard to use Facebook ads to sell some kind of services. For example, delivery pizza. Delivery pizza, it's every type of, you don't need to deliver only pizza. You can deliver any kind of food. But delivery of food is the typical example of something that you need to, that you will type on Google. You will 100% search, or restaurant. That's why TripAdvisor was created.
That's true.
You can do a remarketing on business, on people that are looking, the search, for example, delivery, and then they stop the research. You can do the retargeting if the user land on the website or on the app. But you can do the opposite. It's really hard to do the opposite. It's really hard to run ads and then move from ad to maybe a lead generation campaign or a generic traffic campaign, and move from ad to customer, because like the restaurant need customer that night. They cannot think, oh, I forecast that one day I will do. No, they need customer that night. And the best way is to be 100% sure that once you will be searched on Google, you will have all the steps, all the touch points, it's called it in technical term, all the touch points that are ready to take the customer and bring him step by step to the order or to book a seat. I don't know if in America you book seat actually.
Yeah, you can. Now we can on Google My Business.
No, but we was doing even before COVID. Like, you cannot go to a restaurant without bookings. But yeah, anyway, and you go from the first step to the last one, and everything should be perfect. And you can start only from searching the things on Google.
Yeah, leaving money on the table is a huge thing, because even running, because what I've seen a lot of people do wrong, businesses, is that they'll treat Facebook like Google, and Facebook is not a search engine. It's a social media platform.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't search things on Facebook. You can try, and Facebook will definitely try, but most of the times it will fail. Where when you think about it, when people when they have their phones in their hands, they're like, oh, I need a plumber or an electrician. They're not going to Facebook. They're Googling electricians near me, plumbers near me. And then that's when that process you mentioned, having everything step by step set up. The businesses that take advantage of these processes that Google has, and a lot of them, I feel, they're in beta or they're new, especially the beta stuff. Google's always testing stuff out. But the business that takes advantage of what's available to them, they win, essentially.
Yeah. People, for example, it's really over communicated the importance of communicating on social media. But the real reason for doing that is like give a direction to the normal way of behave of people. Because you mentioned a plumber, I know people. I've been working also with customer that does local communication, and they are national company US for
Oh,
plumbing services. Um, and they started to receive a lot of requests from Google. So they were searching on Google, they was ranking first for SEO, and then now there is also Google My Business, etc. They was ranking at first. Then they start saying, okay, how do we reinvest the money to take other people book call with us, asking for a proposals, etc. And they start investing on social media content, on social media, creating pages locally. So you have, I don't know, name of the plumbing company plus California, name of the plumbing company plus Ohio, etc. But why did they do that? They do that because um, posting on social media, having an audience, keep you in your prospects' mind on social media, so they don't go to Google, but they move directly to it. But that thing is possible only because someone have worked before in moving you from the natural thing you will do. Because when I can guarantee that when you are desperate and you have no idea and you need to call a plumber, the first thing you will do is search on Google to move from that things to like something that makes them first. They don't want to be first only on Google, they want to be first only also on Facebook. So
yeah.
they post on social media and try to be first also on Facebook too.
That's a great. That's exactly it. It's top of mind awareness is using social media platforms, and we're mentioning Google a lot. I mean Facebook a lot. I mean it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the things that are out there. Depending on the business, depends on what platforms or how much engagement on each platform you'll be using. But like just like you mentioned with the plumber, if you're sitting in a pile of water and there's a leak coming out of your wall, you're not going to go to Facebook and be like, "Hey guys, I got a leak in my house. Who do you recommend?" No, you're hitting Google and you're calling the first person that shows up. Like, "Hey, I need a plumber now."
Yeah, yeah.
Not 5 minutes later when your friends start commenting who they use.
Yeah, and that's like one of the reasons why I came here today was to talk about real marketing plus digital marketing.
Go for it, man.
And yeah, the core was engagement because that's it. I will explain in detail for people that are hearing. So essentially in my career, I've been so lucky to see many type of businesses that use the real world technique of marketing,
Hmm.
and they are able to transform them um, into digital marketing techniques. I will explain in a few minutes how. But the first things to understand, that's why I use all the terms and we've been discussing before. It's they do that for engagement because local business are those gifted with the most lovers audience. They have people that for a reason or another like you. Maybe not all of them. Like I mean, the business owner is loved by this audience.
Yes.
Maybe not anyone, but someone for sure. And the reason for that is that they need him. Like in my hometown, there is only two hairdresser,
Really?
and they know everybody. Yeah, yeah, we have 21,000 people, but yeah, there are only two hairdresser. By the way, they know everybody, like anybody. And if you want to, if for example you have an hairdresser shop and you want to scale, you want to hire more people, you want to increase your revenues, you need the data from people that comes maybe not every day, but once in a month, once every 3 months inside your shop and ask you to cut their hair, to start chatting, etc. So it's really fundamental to start gather those data. I remember once I was in Romania and I went in that like huge hairdresser clinic. I don't know how to define, like 2 floors of people that cut hair. Okay, to English speaker, okay, out there, 2 floors of a huge building and
Yeah.
people inside that cut hair, each one on each. So you go there, you feel like I'm going inside a factory because actually it's a factory to cut hair.
Uh-huh.
And I got a request when I get inside, and I got to give my feedback when I get out. Like it was Amazon that ask you, hey, how was our product? That's fucking insane.
Really?
Uh, yeah, but that things help them to scale because they, with that silly email, they do remark. They do a lookalike audience. They do a remark campaign to
Hmm.
attract people like me that are in the same area, same age, same interest, and they find more customer to a really cheap way. And this is not because it's Romania. It's because lookalike audience works. Because when you are doing Facebook ads campaign and you are beginning, you are paying most of the time for allow Facebook to understand which is your ideal client avatar, which is your ideal client. If you tell to Facebook before, Facebook is super happy and ask you less money, and with a cheaper cost per customer, you
Hmm.
attract the same customer you already have.
Yeah.
And you know they are customer already engaged because they are similar to those that already loves you, that already likes your services.
And
You
you
might
and,
go.
and businesses, even in small towns, would be surprised how many more new customers they can get doing that because they don't know that your business exists, but they have same interests as the people that have been to your business.
Yeah, definitely. There is people that don't know that. There are your competitor customer that if you are not really polite, say, okay, I respect him, but if I can take his customer, I'm more happy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Nothing wrong with
right.
that.
And then there are people that are traveling, and there are people that have no idea. Like, there are people, if you do a good advertise, there are people that come from places that are geographically wrong to come to you just because you did advertise. Obviously, this doesn't justify the wrong geographical targeting of ads. This is
Yeah.
something really bad. Advertiser don't do that. Like I received sometime advertise that come from businesses that are 200 kilometers from me. Uh, no, I will never take a car and do 200 kilometers to go to your restaurant. Okay, there are 200 kilometers are too much. Okay, but there are people that maybe are around 50 or 70 kilometers. They are needing your services, and if they see your ads, better your ads after your content will come to you, and they are once you start doing that, the first customer will have a huge cost, but the third, the fourth, etc., they will come for such a low rate. You will think, oh my God, customers for free. And the reason for that is that once you know what kind of moves works to attract such customer, you just need to repeat them.
Yeah.
Like the first one is the most expensive. The second one, the third, now it's affordable. The fourth, the fifth, etc. And again, and they move on and on.
Then again, it's like the when you say when you're advertising that first customer is more expensive. If you do a good job, that customer's not a returning customer, and that cost is now cheaper because to get them back the second time, most of the time, it almost costs nothing to
Yeah.
get them back. If you mind me asking you, in your area,
Mhm.
how effective is radio, TV, billboard advertising, mailer ads?
So essentially, I know the data all over Italy, even because I'm like kind of traveler, so I don't really feel my hometown or places like that. But overall, in all Italy, from 2012 to 2018, the value of TV, radio advertisement became half, was half of it.
Huh.
So it means that if you was paying $1 in 2012 to get in TV, now you pay 50 cents.
So it's cheaper now.
Yeah, it's half. So it's really nothing, and all that out it's moved to digital services. I can tell you an average campaign of Facebook ads on Facebook ads costs from $800 to $2,000 a month. They are pretty much the normal range, like the normal low and the normal high. And the campaign on Google Ads, it's from 1,000 to 3,000 approximately.
Those are the pretty big budgets. Yeah. And it's not saying that, TV, radio, they're not useful. It's just not the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
Because like you said, people are moving towards more digital avenues of reaching out to their clients. Definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, the way, like, in the history of media, you never have something that died. Like, books are not died, radio is
True.
not died,
No, it's
television is not died, internet is not died. So what happened is that a media find the right people to communicate with.
not.
First, there was the television for everybody. Now there will be the television only for some. And obviously, the fact that it's not anymore for anybody, that means there will be advertised only for somebody, and for some businesses they want to reach those somebody. But that's it. For example, when people says, yeah, obviously the overall value will decrease because it's not more a place for anybody, and there is also the, let's say, investor perspective. So something that loses value, that is less used, low prices, that's fine. But everywhere in the world in the next 5-10 years, you can call me back if I'm wrong, if you want. But
We'll have you back. We'll have you back on my YouTube channel in 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. But probably in the next 5-10 years, there will be certain niche that will pay decent amount of money to have a spot in TV.
It's definitely not going anywhere. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Luca, with this, do you have anything else you want to mention and throw out there, or because I'm out of questions, but anything else that you want to put your input on?
I don't know. I would love to hear more question about a real local business to help them with practical and unpractical stuff.
Well, we're there. Let me bring this to you. Are you familiar with the new Google Guarantee program?
No, definitely no.
I don't know if it's overseas. I know it's been beta tested here in America. But what that is, so this is mainly very strong for businesses like HVAC, plumbers, carpet cleaners. I honestly don't know the whole list, but the list is always changing. But what it's designed to do is, and Google will make this national, and I've talked about it a few times on my channel already. But what it is, it's a program designed. Google's all about trustworthiness, getting you the answer as fast as you can, and getting to the right person that's as trustworthy as possible. Mm-hmm. The Google Guarantee program is a new program. It was beta tested in 2018 in large cities. It's in my area. It just came here 4 months ago, I think. Mm-hmm. And what it is, it's a little licensing above the ads saying this company is who they say they are, and they have passed a background check by Google.
Yeah.
And it's an ad. It's an ad. Some companies have reported paying up to $20 a phone call. It's strictly phone call only. Your website's not involved. You have to have a Google My Business profile. And where areas where it's applied, you had to have insurance and prove to Google, yeah, my company is insured. I wanted to mention that earlier with that first question you asked me because of those new Google guarantees that show up on the very top of the search results. Like, they are always at the top. There's no fighting or managing your positioning on SEO or paid. It's at the top. That is what it is. It pushes everything down, which means it's going to be harder to rank organically. It's going to be harder to rank on the map. It's going to be harder to rank paid because, especially on a mobile phone device, they're going to take up the whole screen. It is what it is. That's a really neat tactic when it becomes available, depending on who you are and where you're watching this YouTube video. If it's available in your area, definitely check it. Just type into Google search, Google Guarantee Program. It'll direct you to a website. You input your information. If it's available, if your industry, more importantly, is available, I highly recommend you fill it out. If it's not, what Google will do is take your inquiry as a request to have the program in your area. Other marketers that have tested this out, they like it. It's effective. It's an ad, so it still is Google putting their hands deeper inside your pocket. But when it comes to some of these companies, especially like HVAC clients, AC companies, when they're getting those phone calls, that's hot, or whatever the weather's like, they're out there fixing their stuff. That's exceptionally important and a good tactic to be using.
Well, sure. In the short run, it will be fucking amazing to have it. In the long run, will be because those guys of digital are too big, and they are playing with governments, institutions, so they need to find the right arrangements. I don't say anything because it's really too complicated topic, but they need to do that. So that's for sure. One question, you said Google will put his answer on your pocket. What do you think about paid advertising? Like, not only under perspective of if it's working or not, because we know it's working. Okay, if it's not, we won't do the job. Yeah, it's working, but I would like to hear more your opinion about, is this something fair? Is this something that, what's your moral opinion about PPC?
Well, like I tell clients, Google is not your friend. It's a company. And it is what it is. And those paid ads, Google this year broke the $1 trillion line right behind Amazon on what the company makes. That's how they make their money. That's how, Gmail is free. Google Maps is free. Every other app that Google has is pretty much free for us to use because they're collecting the data on you. So you and I, we're the product.
Yeah.
And those ads are effective. Now, my personal opinion, technically speaking, somebody doesn't have to hire one of us to run Google ads. If a company logs onto Google ads and they do the smart ads, it'll produce an ad. But smart ads are useless. That's my opinion. I don't know how you feel about the Google smart ads. I feel like they're useless. Majority of marketers I talk to say they're pointless.
One thing it's important to say to local business or to business in general is that when you receive a call from Google or Facebook, and they are actually Google on Facebook, think that they tell you it's the best strategy, but they are paid to test the strategies. Okay, we are paid
exactly.
We are paid to help you. They are paid to test. That means that they could not care at all about your revenue, but only to test. And you could be the sacrifice in that case. Because it's happened to a customer of mine that it was like one of those that in the middle, someone of those that risk to fail, but it's still alive. Okay. And he called me and said, I was working for a company and told me, I want to break the contract. Jeremy, you cannot do that, but I want to because Facebook called me and they told me to do that strategy. I said, Jeremy, show me the strategy. He showed me, and I promise you that I don't do rough word in that interview, but I say a really bad word to Jeremy. And after that, I said, Jeremy is a fucking suicide to do that.
Yeah.
Jeremy tried for 1 week, and Jeremy lost $1,000 in a week of $2,500 of budget. Then Jeremy come back and said, please save me with my money. And we try to do our best. But yeah, definitely those guys test. So don't follow their advice.
No, don't. The only reason I call Google is if something gets approved for something stupid and I need them to manually review the ad for approval. Other than that, yes, you're very correct. I've had it happen to myself where Google will call a client of mine and they'll go in and make changes and the ad's doing great and you just see just tank because Google's not your friend. They're paid to make money, and Google's always beta testing stuff. So you never know what they're gonna throw at your client, and we're here to protect that ad. So Google Ads, Google Ads, it's effective. When you go in there, forget those smart ads that Google kind of shoves in people's faces. Those are never good. They never work. You have to go in and actually build a proper search ad. And actually build a proper extensions, have custom landing pages on your website where those ads go to. I love Google and I like it. My company itself solely, I have grown it using only Google, using social media, and then my own efforts going to business meetings, going to the Chamber of Commerce, talking to other business owners and telling them what I do. Those are the 3 ways, and referrals from my clients. I'm sorry, my clients give me referrals too. So 4 ways that I grow my business. I don't use any other form of advertising or marketing because what I do is effective and it works when done properly. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I think that Google, they have also smart campaign, shopping campaigns. They use all artificial intelligence to work. And we know artificial intelligence is not really intelligent.
It's not quite there.
It's more like artificial stupidity, okay? But 10 years ago, Google Translate was horrible. Like if I use Google Translate to translate any text from Italian to English, you will not understand it. Now I can sustain a conversation using only Google Translate.
Really? I haven't tried that one.
Yeah, it is easily possible. Try to do the same with me. Try to translate your words in Italian, and probably I will understand you. Yeah, and it took 10 years to make it that decent, and terabyte and terabyte.
That's been out for 10 years?
Yeah, I think.
Plus?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I just really started using it kind of recently for some clients of mine because I do have a client in Portugal actually. But anyways, I haven't tried to Google. I've been trying to use Google Translate, and you're right. It does seem to be working better. But
yeah, sorry, you are native speaker. You don't have such a problem. I'm sorry. By the way, yeah, it lasts 10 years. And it took 10 years to become like that. So they need a lot of data to grow. And probably that will be the same with Google Ads. I remember that I cannot tell for what company did that, but I did. There was that huge company, and I had a partnership with them. I wasn't hired, and I went to a meeting with Google with them and say, "Get ready, we will automate half of Google Ads in 5 years." And because it's pretty evident they are looking at it. Because obviously at the beginning, artificial intelligence is not really working. But
yeah,
the more time takes, every moves you do, every keyword you put, the artificial intelligence is learning. While you are getting older, even if it takes 30 years or 50 or 100, you will die. Because obviously, I assume that you will live longer, but not 100 years. It's physically impossible. The artificial intelligence will got it, and then it will be applicable to any campaigns or to every technology that requires that. And
hopefully we don't get replaced anytime soon. That's true.
I don't think that like PPC will last longer or stuff. But I think one of the most important things are the principle of marketing. I can tell you, if everything tomorrow disappear, one of the most valuable thing for you that you said is that I use what I know to get customer. I say you said I go to the meetings and I know how to make customer. Mm-hmm. Yes, if you were literally tomorrow, you will have problems with COVID and meetings. But jumping, jumping. Okay, let's say tomorrow it's 1 or 6 years from now. You have those principles of business that can help you to build everything. You have an audience, you have content marketing, you have such bunch of skills that can make you survive to any condition. Mm-hmm. I don't think marketing is not really Facebook ads or Google ads dependent. It's dependent by the niche and
Yeah,
by the satisfaction of the customer. The more you are close to them, the more you understand their needs, the more you can move with their needs.
that's true. That's true. Luca, you got any more questions for me?
Not really. I think I scared you talking about data and automation. You really feel so depressed. I'm so sorry, man.
No, no,
Uh,
no, you're right. Because in Google, for a lot of people who don't realize this, you can do scripting and code. You can write scripts and rules. Essentially, it's automation.
yeah,
I use it myself.
yeah.
Make my job easier, or I try to make it easier.
Yeah, they say, oh, it's like not a bad employer, a nasty employer, someone that says, don't worry, this guy, it's only to help you. And one day, that guy, which is a Chinese guy, underpaid and stuff, will take your job, and you say, okay, we have done with you. Go, you can go. Yeah, I
No,
I
you're right.
cannot say so. I cannot say bad things about Chinese, but
Uh,
some yeah, because I mean every culture have their particular stuff. US people have their particular feature, Italians have their particular feature, Iranian people, Chinese people, Indian people. Obviously there are such type of culture that are closer and some that are really much more different. For example, even if US and Italy are different, we agree on some basic principle altogether. For example, freedom, we are democracy, we are capitalistic countries, etc. The difference between us and Indians or every Kazakhstan, Bangladesh, or Philippine people. I mean, not racially, but culturally, it's really enormous. Like, uh, for example, abuse of yourself for the job, or having, let's say, like uh, factory mindset for producing works, doing things to improving yourself, accepting the dictatorship. These are things that mm, don't really fit. And then that things create differences. Chinese have a dictatorship. Chinese have uh, they are okay to working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sorry, yeah, 7 days a week. I don't think I think you take at least Sunday out. I do the same. And we are not used to work on dictatorship. Like if you want to order something, you can. If I want, I can do too. They don't. So that things obviously create some cultural differences.
I agree. I agree. With that, we'll sum this up, man. If you guys are
Okay.
interested, Luca, shoot me your information so I can have it in the description if people want to learn more about you or anything that you do online. And as always,
Okay.
my stuff is in the
You can
description too.
contact me on LinkedIn, typing Luca Giovagnola. I am the guy. Sorry for the right pronunciation. My surname in Italian. I can try to say it in English like Giovagnola or something like that.
I could barely say
And
your first name. I didn't try your last name.
yeah, yeah, don't worry. I have many friends in US and they do exactly the same. Uh, and you can search the same on Facebook and you will find two profiles. You can contact me on both. I am available.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Bye.